Hi, welcome to the Pole Shift News, guys. I'm going to be doing a fundraiser for the observatory. We're going to start from today and we'll end on the 15th. There'll be a little incentive for some of you guys if you want to help make a contribution to what we do here. And I hope that you do see the value of it, what we do deliver. I mean, it's pretty bespoke. There isn't another channel on YouTube, and I don't know of any other observatory that is actually tracking the magnetic North Pole in the same way as what we do over here. Remember, we archive all the data, and we're coming up to an anniversary this month on the 15th of May, where we've collected over 9 million separate readings and tracked the magnetic North Pole migration for over a year. So, I hope that everybody, sees that, supporting this observatory and what we do here is worthwhile. I mean, we've been right for the last 5 years with regards to the sunspots. Now, I remember talking about that 5 years ago, and we hit a lot of ridicule because of what we was predicting based on the research of some other scientists as well that predicted, we was going to be entering a grand solar minimum. But 5 years ago, we were so far off that we had, very few people believed that this was going to be the case. But we're here right now. The magnetosphere right now is diminishing, and these organisations that support climate change and blame it on CO2 came out and not only said that CO2 was driving global warming, but also stated on other topics that the magnetosphere had been weakening for over 300 years. And that's simply not the case, because the magnetosphere has been weakening for the last 100 years, and a direct result of that has been the pole migration. So we've specifically covered, one of the greatest changes that humankind are facing right now, and that is firstly the pole migration. And as a result of the pole migrating, we've seen the intertwining of the polar jet streams mixing with subtropical jet streams, which really has been responsible for climate change. Adding that, we're in a grand solar minimum. The shrinkage of the heliosphere has allowed more cosmic radiation to enter our own atmosphere, and on top of that, a weakened magnetosphere will allow more of this cloud seeding to take place and put more water vapor in our atmosphere. Only a quick note, we mentioned recently in a video that CO2 was just a small amount of compound in our atmosphere, less than 1%. I think, just off the top of my head, 0.04% of the total makeup of CO2 is in our atmosphere. But when you compare that with another compound, water, you find that there is more water vapor in our atmosphere, and it is the water vapor that is breaking down these polar jet streams and these subtropical jet streams and delivering the weather as a result of that. And we've been right about this all along. So for one reason, if not for any other, for the fact that we've covered the main topic, I hope that you guys see it's well worth supporting. So as a little bit of competition and really more of a fun thing, I was going to set the countries that supported us over the past. Hopefully they're going to support us in this fundraiser. The people from these countries. I was going to see which country met the most donations and announce that as a bit of competition for you and your countrymen. Hopefully, it won't be as I would predict. We have had a lot of support from the United States. I'm hoping that my own countrymen will get behind me on this and support it. But we've had some great support from a lot of countries internationally. Australia, New Zealand. In fact, one of the biggest donations we ever had was from New Zealand, and that was in the form of a solid gold coin, which I've still got. And the reason why I've never been able to part with that is because I've always thought of that as a little award. I'd got gold and for that reason I've never got rid of it. And not only that, I mean, if you guys know what I'm like with these exotic metals anyhow, that's pretty much what they are for me, and they don't have a monetary value, but this had a sentimental value, and for that reason I couldn't get rid of it. So, you know, for the biggest, what I was going to do, for the biggest donation we receive from each individual country, I was going to get a personalised GIF sent out to that person as just a little thank you, and, you know, make it personal as well for them. So I'm hoping that, you know, all of us are going to participate over the next 13 days that we're going to be doing the fundraiser, and you know, I really, more than anything, hope we can generate, you know, a little bit of cash for the channel and keep it going. Because, you know, guys, we have never did so much on this Pole Shift News channel on YouTube and the website, and now we've made it an observatory. But sadly, you know, for that reason, we've received less and less over the years, and more so over the last few months. So I'm hoping this, this fundraiser is going to make a bit of a difference, and I'm hoping that, you know, all you guys out there that have tuned in for 7 years, you know, 3 years on one channel and 4 years now on this channel, that, you know, you'll get behind it and, you know, give it some of your support. So, you know, with that, guys, I'm going to wish you the best of the week to come, even though, you know, things are now starting to take its toll. You know, we are in a grand solar minimum. The forecast for the foreseeable future, even at this point, is going to be less sunspots, and as a result, more of this bad weather globally. So, you know, I just hope that none of you get caught up in this too much. And let's see how this fundraiser goes. I'll be announcing, you know, how we're going with it over the next few weeks. So, yeah, please support it. And as always, bye for now.